The company-wide event comic is a staple of Marvel. It can be used to clean the slate, tell a massive story, and do things that the individual comics cannot. These crossovers have represented some of the high and low points for the brand, and while comic book fans have always been used to them, movie viewers are just starting to get a taste. Unsurprisingly, film executives have realized that even more so than individual comic arcs, event comics can make for great cinematic inspiration. We've seen Civil War and Age of Apocalypse get the film treatment, so what could be next? I'm Ben from What Culture, and here are 7 Marvel comic events that could make incredible movies. Number 7. Infinity. The spiritual sequel to the Infinity Gauntlet, Infinity tells of a thrilling battle on 2 fronts. When an emerging alien presence in deep space threatens all of existence, most of the Avengers leave Earth to help defeat it. With the Earth mostly unoccupied by heroes, however, Thanos sees an opportunity to invade, and the remaining Avengers must stop him, resulting in 2 epic battles fought by 2 disparate rosters of superheroes. How would that work as a film? Despite it being clear that the upcoming Infinity War is going to take influence from the Infinity Gauntlet, this event could provide just as much inspiration to the story. Logically, this would also allow Marvel to include all of their characters while explaining why characters like Hawkeye or Black Panther, who don't belong in deep space, could stay on Earth and still be involved. Number 6. World War Hulk. After being forcibly sent off planet by the Illuminati, a secret group of heroes, the Hulk spends his time in exile building his fury and gathering a war party. Returning with a vengeance to Earth and hell-bent on revenge, the Hulk systematically works through the group's members, leaving massive destruction in his wake. But how would this work as a film? There's been a lot of chatter that elements from Planet Hulk, which chronicles the time he spent on an alien world, might be incorporated into his appearance in Thor Ragnarok. If this is true, a logical follow-up to these events would be World War Hulk. One of the more resonant aspects of the event is the belief by many that Hulk was in the right to punish the Illuminati for banishing him. But since the Hulk seems to have left of his own volition in the MCU, however, they would need to find a new way to direct his anger. Number 5. Spider Island. Although not a company-wide event, the Spider-Man-focused story still has some wide-reaching effects in the Marvel Universe. Everything seems to be going right in Spider-Man's life until an epidemic begins to spread across Manhattan, granting everyone spider powers just like him. Not everyone is as responsible as Spider-Man, however, and chaos quickly ensues, forcing him to work to contain and cure those affected while searching for the source of the outbreak. How could this work as a film? Now that the MCU has its Spider-Man, there's no reason why they can't adapt this sufficiently bombastic event, which throws Pete into the middle of absolute craziness. It also carries an essential element to a potential film adaptation because of its memorable villain. In this case, the Jackal, a mad scientist with a penchant for trying to clone Spider-Man. Also, it would be really damn fun to watch, so... Number 4. Messiah Complex. After a global culling leaves them an endangered species, it appears to be the end time for mutants. So when a new mutant unexpectedly shows up on everyone's radar, she becomes a prize that multiple parties are after. X-Men, evil mutants, the government, and humans alike all race to get to this mutant messiah and claim her for their own, doing anything to get there first. But how will this work as a film? At some point, the X-Men series is going to be looking for a way to retool without actually rebooting, and an easy way to do that is to adopt a similar approach to what they did with Logan. The amount of factions pursuing the new mutants as well as their identities could easily be adjusted to the needs of the film. Perhaps only the government is after her, or simply a mutant extremist like Mr. Sinister. After a disaster-level battle with Apocalypse, an adaptation of Messiah Complex would allow the X-Men to face a new type of conflict and easily reset the franchise with a new thematic focus. Number 3. Annihilation. When Annihilus breaks free into our universe from the negative zone, the Conqueror leads his seemingly unending armada on a rampage through space, and every major player from the cosmic side of Marvel is forced to join together in order to stop this unstoppable force from extinguishing all life in the universe. Fun! But how could this work as a film? Marvel has already started exploring the cosmic side of their universe with the Guardians of the Galaxy and Doctor Strange, but with so many untapped elements still available, however, Annihilation could allow Marvel to utilize a whole host of characters and locations previously unseen to audiences. Unfortunately, though, Annihilus's rights are still owned by Fox, which would require Marvel to change the identity of the army's leader. Although it may not seem right since the event is named after him, Annihilus is more of a figurehead, while the unstoppable wave of death that he represents is the real foe that must be put down. As such, any number of Marvel cosmic villains could be put in his place. Number 2. Avengers Disassembled. With the Avengers all still reeling from a variety of individual conflicts, they find their home besieged on multiple fronts. A dead hero reappears with a bomb, a corrupted Vision crashes into the mansion and lets loose a horde of Ultron drones, and Hawkeye sacrifices himself to stop a Kree warship. These random events turn out to be precipitated by the unstable Scarlet Witch, whose reality-bending powers drive the team beyond the point of no return. How could this work as a film? The setup already exists, with each character always coming into the ensemble carrying their own personal baggage. Scarlet Witch is present after all, and even if her mental instability hasn't yet been developed, she's clearly still reeling from losing her brother and learning how to control her powers. Avengers Disassembled would have to be saved for the right time, but the character-driven storyline could easily find its place in the MCU in the future. Number 1. Secret Wars. Described by its writer as one big story with all the heroes and villains in it, Secret Wars was an attempt to sell toys that turned into one of Marvel's most memorable events. Like Marvel's version of the Hunger Games, heroes and villains alike are summoned to the aptly named Battle World by an entity called the Beyonder, with the sole purpose of fighting each other. How would this work as a film? The beauty of this premise is that despite its fantastical trappings, it's remarkably simple. Marvel takes any relevant heroes and villains, puts them on a big alien planet together, and lets them have a massive old fight. There's obviously character dynamics, subplots, and their general efforts to escape the planet to consider, but the heart of the movie would be the equivalent of a child taking all their action figures and just mashing them together. It's also worth noting that this could be the perfect way to assimilate any characters from Fox should Marvel ever get the opportunity to do so. And that's our list. Make sure you subscribe to the What Culture Comics YouTube channel for more lists like this, and don't forget to visit whatculture.com for daily news and articles. I'm Ben from What Culture, and thanks for watching.